Welcome back to English with Amrita. This is part 3 of the interview series that I've started recently. In part 1 and 2, we saw how some technical details should be taken care of before you appear for an interview that is conducted online. For example, having a pen and paper in your hand, or good lights, a bottle of water near you, good speaker or good microphone, etc. In this video, we are going to look at something that is really important and has been emphasized by a lot of human resource professionals across the industries. And that is the body language and facial expressions that you show during an interview. Online, it is really difficult for anyone to know your body language or facial expressions because already there's a lot of distance between the two of you. So without further ado, let's get going. Your smile is your biggest asset, and that is the first thing that anyone observes about you when they look at you for the first time ever. Having a calm and relaxed facial expression can be seen when you have a smile on your face, and that smile has to be genuine. When you're genuinely interested in the company that you're appearing for the interview, that will have a relaxed smile on your face, and that kind of tells the interviewer that you are a person with whom he or she can be comfortable with to talk. At the same time, you yourself feel more confident when you're smiling. So see to it that you have relaxed and calm facial expressions, which includes the topmost, and that is smiling. A good smile on your face triggers a positive response to the brain, not just yours but also to the person who is talking to you. Now there are 2 or 3 things that you need to take into consideration when you are planning to have a smile on your face. Number 1 is no fake smiles. It should be genuine and real. Number 2, do not keep smiling throughout the interview because that again kind of turns off the person who is talking to you, because that shows that you're not really thinking throughout the interview, but you've come and decided that I'm going to just smile throughout the interview. So no, that is also a huge turn off. And the last thing that you have to remember is, even if you have a beautiful smile, that is not the only thing that you have to depend on, right? Because the interview is going to look at a lot of other aspects too. Body language, verbal, non-verbal, everything. So definitely smile is like an asset or something additional to your personality. The next one is to look at the camera when you're speaking. Now what happens is, in an online interview, the camera is upwards and the screen is below, and we are able to see the interviewer or the person we're talking to on the screen. So throughout the interview, most of us just keep looking at the screen like this. Suppose I'm not looking at the camera right now and I'm looking at the screen and I keep doing like this. Yes sir, okay, okay. So that shows that to you it looks like I'm not looking at you. And in that case, what you can do is, for some time when you are speaking, you can try and look in the camera, and when that person is speaking to you, you can look at the screen so that you can look at that person. So try to practice this before the interview, smiling as well as looking at the camera when somebody is speaking to you. The next one is the body language of your hands. Okay, now this depends upon what distance you are sitting at from the camera. I'm sitting at a distance where my arm movements or my hand movements are not visible to you, but honestly I'm making a lot of movements right now which you are not able to see. In case you are sitting in front of the camera in a way that your hands are seen, then do not keep your hands folded like this, because that is a closed body language, and that can tell the interviewer that you are hiding something, or maybe you're shy or nervous. So it is important that your arms are open when you're speaking. You can whenever you're explaining a point or when you're telling something, you can open it like this and keep moving it naturally, not artificially. So this is also something that you can practice in front of your mirror or in front of your family or friends, about how you're using your hands. Never keep them on your lap completely like this, especially when the hands are visible to the interviewer. So open them up and have a body language that tells the interviewer that you are approachable. Before moving on to the next useful tip on body language during an online interview, I just want to tell you that I've been working really hard on building this content for you that will benefit all of you a lot. So if you've liked this video, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and also hit the bell icon because there's a lot more that is planned for you guys in the future. Next important point is to show enthusiasm in your tone and voice. Now if you have a monotonous voice that doesn't kind of go up and down, or your speech doesn't go up and down and it is just in one plain voice, then the interviewer may get bored, especially when you are answering a question that is long. So it is important that whatever aspects of the job role really make you feel passionate, that should come across in the interview, and that you can do by actually mentioning about it. For example, if you're applying for the role of, say, a programmer, and you love the JavaScript or Java language in programming, and the job role exactly wants a programmer who is best at JavaScript and Java. Now you are passionate about these languages, and that should be told to the interviewer who is taking your interview, that you love this language and how much you've done in it before and how excited you are to join the company. Another thing that you can take into mind is also complimenting the person who is in front of you. Now by that I don't mean to say that you have to tell him that you're wearing a nice tie or wearing a nice shirt, but if you have really researched about the company that you're interviewing for, you would have seen a lot of things that may interest you. For example, maybe the social responsibility or the CSR activities that the company is undertaking, or something else, or the company culture that they have for their employees. Something that interests you can be told to the interviewer, so that the interviewer knows that you have studied a lot about the company, and that enthusiasm and passion has to be conveyed in the interview. If the interviewer mentions something that interests you, then be open to tell it to the interviewer. Just don't have the happy feeling inside you, but show it outside to the interviewer. Pass on the feeling so that the interviewer also feels that you are the right candidate for this job role. And you can use some positive sentences or positive words to tell the interviewer about this. For example, oh my god, I'm so excited about this opportunity, or I've been really looking forward to working here, or I've been really wanting to do a lot of coding in Java since quite some time, or I really appreciate the efforts that the company is taking in this direction, blah blah blah. Another great way to show interest during an interview is by nodding. So when you nod in front of somebody else, that person understands that you are understanding what they're telling you. So imagine you're talking to me about something and I'm just sitting like this. Okay, I'm not even nodding my head. On the other hand, when you're telling me something and I'm like, yeah, right. Yes, absolutely. So when I'm using words like yeah, right, absolutely, that tells you that I'm listening to you and I am kind of acknowledging whatever you're telling me. So always learn to nod, because that also shows the interviewer that you're listening carefully. And listening is a huge part of a positive body language. When somebody is talking to you, you have to listen carefully. You don't have to be distracted. Your focus should be completely on the person who is talking to you, so that that person feels respected throughout the conversation. And nodding is an amazing sign of somebody who is listening well and is a part of the conversation entirely. Another body language tip is to avoid fidgeting. And what is fidgeting? Fidgeting is when you're playing with something that is in your hand, because of which some part of your body just keeps moving. Or if you're a girl, a lot of girls have the habit of twirling their hair like this, or if they're wearing a necklace or something, they would do this, or something of that sort, that they would just play with their fingers, or the rings that they're wearing in their hands. Or even men, if they have a pen in their hand, subconsciously they may just try to do this with the pen. Okay, so try not to do any of those actions and make the interviewer distracted or feel distracted. Another body language tip is to sit straight and have a good posture. Do not slouch, which means do not have your shoulders like this and your neck like this. Okay, never slouch. Sit straight, because that again shows confidence and superiority. Next body language tip is the glares or the spectacles that you wear. See to it that there is no light that is reflecting on the spectacles, because the interviewer really wants to look at your entire face and especially your eyes. So if you're sitting in front of a window and there's a lot of reflection, for example, if you see right now there's some reflection in my left, on the left hand side, right? So my eye is not completely visible. So that it is a better practice to sit without spectacles or wear lenses, or if you cannot sit without spectacles, then see to it that there is nothing reflecting from the spectacles and the interviewer can see your eyes clearly. Some other things that can happen during an online interview is when there is a slight connection problem and the voice of the interviewer just got cut and you were not able to hear or listen to him or her. In that case, you can just use simple sentences like, "Excuse me, sir, my internet just crashed for a moment and I was not able to hear or listen to whatever you said. Could you please repeat? Or would you mind repeating whatever you said, because there was some internet connection issue at my end and sorry for that." So you can use such words or sentences just so that the interviewer knows that you want him or her to repeat something important that they've already said. Now, if your internet crashes completely and you're not able to connect back to the Zoom call or to the video call that you're on, it is always a good practice to take the phone number of the interviewer well in advance before the interview, because just in case there is a problem in which you're not able to connect back, you can call or message the interviewer that there's this huge issue that has happened and I'm not able to connect back. In that case, we can continue on the telephonic interview. So it is always a good habit to have the email address or some details of the company or the person with whom you can get in touch with immediately after the interview. If all of a sudden there is some noise interruption that happens at your end, or somebody just enters your room by mistake and that kind of interrupts your conversation with the interviewer, you can tell him or her to just wait for a moment or two until the noise subsides or until that person who has come in your room just goes away again. So in that case, just ask the interviewer to wait for a moment and then he can wait. He knows that there's some disturbance at your end and then he can continue speaking or you can continue speaking. Because if you just try to show that you're listening but your attention is somewhere else to the person who has come in the room or something of that sort, the interviewer will get to know that from your facial expressions. Okay, so when you're not listening, that is evident from your facial expressions. The last tip is to follow up after the interview. Since you've already taken the phone number or contact number or the email address, it is better to email them or message them saying that it was an excellent interview and thank you so much for your time, etc., etc. And when can I get the results or whatever other things that you want to ask. So always follow up after the telephonic interview or after the online interview. So guys, these are some of the body language tips that we can follow during an interview so that we look confident and prepared. On the other hand, if we forget one or two of these tips, what happens is we look anxious, nervous and sometimes fearful also, which is seen on our faces and which may turn off the interviewer, or the interviewer may feel that you are not the right person for the job. So take care of these small details when you are appearing for an interview online. I have released 2 more videos, the part 1 and part 2 of this. If you've missed watching it, you can click here and watch them. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel because there's a lot more that is coming in study tips, interview, English and vocabulary. So stay tuned, stay updated. Much love. Bye bye.